Got him!
ライオン神エスカノール様だ。震えるさ。
Next up, we have the Dark Knight blue spear guy, and he can be frozen, so you can just pretty easily cheese him with Green Gustav. You can use Green Gustav for other content, for other fights in the training cave, but I think it's fine to use him here. And then I just bring along Green King, because Green King isn't really used for anything else, and Green King has time to ramp up because of the freezes. Now, there is some RNG to this fight, because if you don't get the freezes, you're gonna take damage, and he hits pretty hard. But all you gotta do is freeze enough, and you'll be fine. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. Skip his turn, and yeah, you're basically just chain freezing him. And Green Helbram synergizes well here with Green King. Wow. Wow, nice. Okay, because of the extra crit chance and crit damage for his gauge here. But we're gonna dump these two cards. It's a bit of a bummer. Maybe we'll just dump one card. I wanted more king cards, but or at least king combined cards. It's a bit of a slow fight, but honestly, Gustav low-key carries this fight. He low-key carries this fight, as you can see. So we are going to spike damage with time 2 crit damage. We're gonna do should we move? Maybe we'll move to get more gauge, because we still have one more freeze. Yeah, and then you can either just build up. You can just build up to King's ult, and then just ult him. And it's sort of like a mix between Red Demon and Gray Demon. Okay, we got really lucky with the freezes. So yeah, really nice RNG here. So we are going to move a card, and then freeze. You could actually, you know what I could have done too? I could have built up to a level 2 freeze, and I could have gotten the damage increase for the combined attack, which is pretty filthy. But we're going to buff, we're going to attack. And you know what? He might not be dead. Let's find out. There's different ways of playing this. Let's see what happens here. I'm playing this super aggressively. Yeah! Okay, nice. Beautiful fight. On to the next one, baby. Next up, we have the Angry Blind Giant, and this guy can be petrified. I believe he cannot be frozen or stunned, but he can be petrified. So you just bring in both of the petrified boys, King and Helbram, and you just petrify him to death. It's a pretty straightforward fight. Kingbrum is the best with Gother, but I want to show you that you can do this without Gother, because I know everyone will have King, and then Red Helbram is not someone that you may necessarily have, but you know, on the other hand, you could try King and Gother as well without Helbram, but yeah, you can also just skip. He does decent damage, but you have the heals with King, and Melly's just here to show you that you can just bring in whoever. I honestly don't think you need Gother if you want to save Gother for another fight, or if you just don't have Gother. But yeah, look at that. If you get a little bit lucky on RNG, you're gonna get enough petrifies for sure. His damage is quite good, but like I said, you get the heals. Not only do you get the heals, but once you start petrifying him, it's just like he gets no turns, right? So it just becomes a situation in which you can just build up to your heal, build up to your ults. Like, there's so many things you can do. Just whittle him down with petrify after petrify. But I think you definitely want to bring in 4 characters for this one, so that you get wow. You want to bring in 4 characters for this one, so you get enough cards, right? Because the fewer characters you bring, if you bring 1 less, you get 6. If you bring just 2, you wouldn't bring the 2 of them. But yeah, you can even roll them back with Fog Wave, which is hilarious. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. And just whittle him down. Melly could literally be replaced with anyone. You could bring in... I think I have Slime as my sub. I don't think I have any way of showing you guys who my sub is, but my sub is the Slime from the Slime collab. You could even bring him in this position for the heal. You honestly could. So we're going to Sever... And then we're going to ult, and then if for some reason he's still alive, we petrify. So yeah, King and Helbram make this fight super easy. Yeah. Boom! Melly's actually decent for this. I don't know if you use Blue Melly for other content, but yeah, I think not using Gother here might be smart, because then if you fight this team, as your mirror match, you'd have to fight. You have to fight a full PvP ungeared King Broom comp, which might be annoying if the AI chooses to use it properly. Next up, we've got the Freaky Tongue monster. And the Freaky Tongue monster is like the red demon. He can be frozen, or not that he can be frozen, but you basically want to approach him like the red demon. You want to just build up to red Lizhawk ult, and you want to build up a level 2 or level 3 freeze, and then you just want to nuke him in one turn. You actually can't freeze him turn after turn, because every time he removes the debuff, which he'll do at the start of every turn, he heals. So you don't want to freeze until you're ready to kill. But yeah, that's basically the whole strategy. So it's sort of like a modified red demon. But we are going to just do damage here, and then just wait until we can get a level 2 freeze plus her ult. But he does decent damage on his single target. He does very low damage on his AoE, but he does have an AoE, so he does reset Red Lizhawk. I don't know if Red Lizhawk is the absolute best for this, but you know, the freeze strategy works. I've got Twiggo as a sub for the HP just to make us a little bit tankier. But yeah, the only thing you don't want to do is you wouldn't want to do like a level 2 Lizhawk rush because of the debuff that it applies. We haven't gotten any freezes, which is kind of a bummer. Poison Wave has decent scaling. But yeah, you basically don't want to hit him with any debuffs until you're ready to kill him with a freeze, because otherwise he heals 50% of his HP, which is bonkers. So yeah, you could just bring a lot of red. You could bring like Red Arthur too for HP related stats, lifesteal and HP and stuff, and you could just keep whacking him until he's dead with just regular damage skills, which is like vanilla damage. Maybe we'll get a freeze here. There's Twiggo. All right, we did get a freeze. So let's try this. This should work. But if you want it to be safe, you could just attack 3 times with Liz. I think attacking 3 times with Liz would honestly kill him. He's only got 50,000 HP. But I want to show you guys why we brought Merlin in the first place. But you don't really need Merlin, as you can tell, for this fight. If your Liz is built up enough, you can just sort of grind him down with Liz in the time between him killing your other units. But this is sort of the strategy that a lot of people recommend. It's not the only strategy. You could definitely save Merlin and just bring in like Arthur and Twiggo. Twiggo has some other value for the AoE mirror match, green mirror match, but I don't really think Arthur has much other value in the training cave, but his passive is very strong for Liz to keep her alive. Here we have the red mirror match because we filled up the illusion amber, so we just brought a blue team. I just brought 2 stinkers along with Blue Demon Melee because I'm pretty sure Blue Demon Melee is just going to absolutely eviscerate this team. But yeah, it doesn't make too much of a difference because they're gonna get just dunked. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this right here. Yeah, just a couple more of those and we're out of here. Got the corrosion. These mirror matches are actually quite easy. I think they're the easiest part of the training cave for level 3, unless you don't get any melee cards. I think even if I don't get melee cards, I'm fine here. But let's see. The freeze might be annoying. Joke's on you. I don't have any melee cards. All right. Let's get rid of her, because she actually is pretty annoying. And then do a little bit more damage. We want to do. We want to make sure we do damage to Liz to reset her passive every turn. I've like used Arden like twice. Arden looks like he's 7 years old. Yeah, just give me a Hellblaze and we're out of here. Yeah. It's really cool to face your mirror match though. And I like that the angle doesn't change. I really like that. But I kind of wish that we can't. Oh, we could get Melee's ult. Aha. This is bullying. Oh my gosh. Poor Twiggo. Oh, it's just like the anime. Twiggo, my boy. I've never even seen Arden's ult. Let's see his ult here. Oh, poor Twiggo. Oh, wow. He decreases HP related stats. Sure. Your arrows somehow have gigantic explosions. So he already had weak point applied, so I didn't even need to do the corrosion. One of the coolest ults in the game. Shinomi. So sick. Then he's just like, bring it down. Bye, Twiggo. You scared Elizabeth. You die now. Not bad. 228k in Training Cave. Not bad. Now, this is probably the hardest fight in the Training Cave. This is the Blue Eyes White Dragon that you also fight when you're farming for, I believe, blue books. And this dragon is very hard because you can't cheese the boss with stun or petrify or disables. And the boss does massive damage. And then he heals if you debuff him, or when he debuffs you with Ignite. So really, really hard. He has actually a bunch of buffs when you get debuffed. So being able to debuff yourself helps a lot if you bring along someone who can consistently cleanse. But yeah, this is a really tough fight, and it's blue, so you're probably recommended to just rush, to just like alt rush with Escanor or alt rush with Jericho and just nuke the boss down. We had Lilia here for the attack decrease, but I think it's better to just go with Green Merlin here. This is a pretty expensive team, but I honestly do think this is one of the most difficult fights in the cave. So we do lose the associated Fate combo, but on the other hand, we do get to alt rush a little bit harder, and we can still get Pierce Rate from Gother, so it's not bad at all. So I think this team is excellent. She would be here to heal and then cleanse if you get a level 2, and I'm going to be eating alt gauge food just to be as degenerate as possible because we're just going in with Escanor. You could put Jillian here for the extra HP, but as you'll see, yeah, this boss is as annoying as the that last book farm stage is when you're a newer player, especially. Jericho might die. Jericho is very low HP, so you might have to sort of rig your team so the boss doesn't target Jericho first. But yeah, alt rushing with Escanor is by far the best strategy for this. So just gonna cube up, and we can get, we can even get her alt. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Lots of HP on the boss. And then crazy damage. Escanor is obviously very good for this because Escanor doesn't get debuffed at full alt. So then he can't be... I mean, he takes, like, no damage as well. But, you know. But, like, you see 30k. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, so... Yeah, this is why this boss is really hard. We're going to Fireball, alt, and then roll him back. He might be dead here, but this is why you really want to rush with a very strong unit. Yeah, so this works really well. If you don't have Escanor, you could try rushing with Jericho because her ult hits really hard. But I definitely think this is the most difficult fight. And I think this is the fight that has the least amount of variance because there's really no way to cheese the boss. Man, those rewards are bad. There's really no way to cheese the boss in any way, and the boss does so much damage that you just cannot keep up with healing. Maybe you could try taunting to mitigate some of the damage, but it's really tough. Next up, we've got the Boomer Hellbroom, Bishop of Love. So this fight, you want to use Rupture. Rupture's really good. So I actually have, I don't have him here. I have a Rimuru from the Slime collab in my sub, but Rupture is very good because he buffs himself. But Attack Seal, Debuff Seal, all of the sealing skills work. So Blue Merlin, everyone should have her. She's amazing. Because, well, she's amazing if you get a level 2 on this card because of the seal. Now we can, oh, it's the same. We can decrease skill ranks to decrease that silver and that gold card here. Blue Gother is also very good because he applies bleeds. Now, Blue Gother and Blue Lizhawk kind of have anti-synergy here because the bleeds that he applies on his attacks, you can use Digest to give yourself extra buffs to buff her Amplify from Fire Breath, or you could just stop him from attacking altogether. So you don't necessarily need to bring both. I think if you bring him, you could just sub Blue Lizhawk with another high damage blue unit that you haven't used for other content. But yeah, so without the debuff skills, he's just going to do the regular buff skill here. And well, it's bronze already. No, we could just do it again. So he can't debuff. So yeah, but Blue Merlin is really like, I wouldn't say an MVP for this stage, but she's very good. She's very good for this stage because she can lock out a lot of his attacks. A lot of times she just makes him skip his turn, as you'll see. So he just has the buff. He just does the buff and nothing else. So he's got alt. Actually, you know what? We were dumb. We wasted that card. We shouldn't have done that. We could have rolled him back here with a level 2, I believe, of that skill. We could have saved that. No, it's only level 3. Okay, never mind. We couldn't have done it. But here we can, yeah, we can seal out his non-attack skills, which are debuff skills, because we don't have Gother, Blue Gother's card. And then we can set ourselves up for Lizhawk next turn. He doesn't do that much damage. So this is more of a tech fight than it is like a race. This one you can be a little bit slow on, but you can also lock out his ult, I believe. Oh no, debuff skills. But yeah, you could, well, the damage is actually pretty good. No more debuff skills, my dude. You can digest. No more debuff skills, and then we'll ult you. Not as many as I wanted for Gother, but not bad either. Okay. I think Rupture is a lot better, actually, than... yeah, Rupture's so good here. We're going to digest, and we're going to double fire. Weak point's not bad, because you can apply a lot of debuffs to him as well. But I think Blue Lizhawk doesn't really have a lot of value in other fights. So that's why you might want to bring her along to actually get use out of her. I think a lot of people are probably annoyed that they didn't get use out of Blue Lizhawk from Final Boss Gother as much as they wanted. So that's another reason why here. And she can tank his damage, and then he can actually buff her damage with the digest. But yeah, let me show off Rimuru if we can get a Rupture here. No Rupture. Okay, well, we did get another digest, which is really nice. So as soon as I can play this card, we're going to digest, we're going to flame, and then he is dead. So yeah, Blue Merlin really does a lot of work here. But she's not bad either. She's not bad either. Boom! And we are done. This next fight is the Vampire Fairy. This fight is actually very RNG based. But it's also very easy because you can cheese this fight. You can absolutely cheese this fight with just Red Slater and Red Vivian. It's a very hilarious fight when you can do that because you can essentially lock, you can see all of her attacks are debuffs. You lock her out of all of her debuff skills using Overpower or Overpower. And then you lock her out of her ult using the Freeze Coffin. So she basically sits there unable to do anything. Now, it is RNG dependent because you have to draw these cards every single turn. This one lasts 2 turns, but this one lasts only 1 turn. So you have to keep drawing Freeze Coffins. You only have to draw a couple of Overpowers. But so some people suggest, especially if you have a smaller roster, to just bring in Vivian and Red Slater. You won't go first. It's impossible to go first with just 2 characters, and you're only going to get 5 cards instead of 7 for a full roster. I have someone in the sub as well. So it's really up to you what you want to do and based on your roster. But red Arthur means that if we get unlucky, we're not going to die instantaneously because we have more HP. And then I put in, I can't remember who I put in the sub. I put some random person in the sub just for the buff. I think I put Taizu. But yeah, anyways, this is how it works. You just do this. We don't actually have to use her ult lockout skill here. And then you can either, you probably want to play his cards, but you also want to rush her ult because when she has full ult gauge, she does a lot more damage. Vivian's passive increases her damage for every orb she has, I believe, up to 40%. She gets 8% per orb. So yeah, so here she's just going to ult. So we're going to just lock her out of her ult. Pretty hilarious. And then we don't want these cards to combine. Let's just do that. This is the whole fight. If you get lucky, it's a hilarious fight, and it's really funny, and it feels good to just completely troll the boss. But on the other hand, as you can see, if you don't get lucky, I didn't get any other coffins, so she is going to ult. We can absolutely lock her out of her other skills, and because of Slater's attack reduction, right, the 20% attack-related stats, she doesn't hit as hard. But, you know, the strategy can fall apart. And it's a much harder strategy to pull off when you only have 2 characters. And then they are SR characters, so they're cheaper to invest in. But investing in Vivian for this may be a bit too expensive for some players. So yeah, she does Corrosion, which then will do damage over time. I guess you could bring a debuff to remove her ult, and then she would do she would do basically nothing. But here we are just going to do this, get her to max power. And then she's not going to do anything again. She literally can't do anything. So yeah, Red Slater is the true MVP of this team. You could I think with Red Slater and a debuff removal character, you could do this. because then all she's going to do is ult, and then you can just wipe away the corrosion. The corrosion's not bad. It's 16k per turn, so it definitely adds up. But check out Vivian's damage here at max ult. It's pretty hilarious. 11k with the ignite, and then boom, 90k. Vivian's not bad. Vivian's not bad for training cave. And you literally use her for nothing else, and she's obsessed with Gil Thunder. So yeah, it's that fight can be tough as well. But again, it's just another, it's a bit of an RNG coin flip in terms of how many overpowers and how many freeze coffins you get. The last match here that we're doing is, of course, another mirror match. So we're gonna roll up to our mirror match and see who we've gotten, which one of the teams it's selected. Does it always go for each individual typing, like blue, red, green? I don't know. Let's find out. So this is a red team. So no. So we didn't get a blue. We didn't get a green mirror match this time. So here we go. Oh, it's the it's the team I just used. Okay, this team could actually be pretty annoying. But we ended up using Galland. Galland locks out her debuff skill, so she's just literally gonna do nothing here. He's gonna buff, but I'm pretty sure this is just like mega over. Like right from the start. It's fun to fight your old teams. Poor Vivian. Poor Red Slater. You could overpower, and you could shut out Hauser, bro. Coach the team. Oh. Nope. Nice try. But yeah. Oh, he's gonna debuff. Uh-oh. Could have killed Vivian. Galland's ult. Locked out Hauser. Oh no, he didn't lock. You can't lock out Hauser. What am I saying? Yeah, I know Ataxiel locks out Hauser, but otherwise this does not lock out Hauser. We're gonna have the dirtiest finish. So we're gonna Galland ult. We're gonna Galland ult Taizu, and then we're gonna Hosuni on Arthur. Look at this. This is just nasty. This feels like bullying. Oh boy. It's Gaio. Boom. Maybe unless Hauser takes the kill. Nope. And then Hosuni. Hosuni. There you go. So that is the training cave. Get your hammers, get your anvils. Koko Modedeja. Test your strength and build that roster wide, baby. So many underused characters that don't get a lot of play in other game modes in PvP. They get their shine here. The Vivians, the green Mellies. So I love Training Cave. It's such a blast to play. It's such a blast to talk about and try different team comps and see what works. I would love to see like an updated season 2 for Training Cave sometime in the future. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.